Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show on the NXT Ring Report. As you see right here, we left NXT last week with Grayson Waller earning himself a shot at the NXT Championship against newly crowned champion Carmelo Hayes. We know Grayson Waller and Carmelo Hayes, these two men will meet, but they go face to face under Grayson Waller's effect. And we're going to see how that plays out coming up. A lot going on tonight here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We're going to kick things off right now with the NXT Ring Report in the start right now. You see these two men right here? They will be competing next week for the NFC Championship. Carmelo Hayes' first title defense against challenger Grayson Waller. We talk about it coming up right here later on in the show. Carmelo Hayes will appear on Grayson Waller's effect just 1 week before their NXT spring break-in for NXT's top prize. We'll talk about that, as well as this. Secondary title holder Wes Lee defends his North American Championship against Charlie Dempsey. And the up-and-coming Charlie Dempsey win NXT Gold by taking down Wes Lee, who's been on a incredible run as North American Champion. Well as this, former NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez is in action. She takes on Zoe Starks, as well as another women's division action. Gigi Dolan takes on Cora Jade in another match. So we got a lot to get through. 2+2 tag team division as well. Gallus defending NXT champion tag team titles in a triple threat against the Creed and the Thailand. And Noah Dog makes his return to action. But we kick things off, like I said here. Join in that conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, we're going to get to the action right now as we get settled, and we're going to see what went down. Well, we'll start with this. Hopefully we can show it. We'll start with Noam Dar. Noam Dar made his return to action. Noam Dar back with the NXT UK Heritage Cup. Noam Dar breaking that championship, that cup back, as he was somewhat of equivalent to the North American champion in a way by holding that cup. Rightfully his. And they would know him doing is know him saying, hey, I won gold, and I think I should get it, and I think I should earn it. So Noam Dar won his match as well. Also too, Wes Lee. We told you that Wes Lee set to defend his North American Championship against Charlie Dempsey. We know that Charlie Dempsey has been a credible challenger, even being under the tutelage of Drew Gulak now, and Charlie Dempsey. But Drew Gulak came from behind and attacked Wes Lee from behind, knocking down Wes Lee. And Drew Gulak holding up the belt. Drew Gulak could probably be the next NXT North American champion. And Drew Gulak doing that, attacking Wes Lee down. I don't know why he did that. Why he trying to make sure that he does that. One thing I can tell you, you got to wait and see what this is gonna lead to. So down the road. But Drew Gulak could be prime for NXT North American Championship match somewhat down the road. Also, too, We've been getting Braun Breaker's new attitude. Braun Breaker, ever since losing the NXT championship, has turned face. And I say this, Braun will probably get his rematch at the next pay-per-view. Braun acting like his uncle and his dad with those outbursts. And I think Braun wants to get himself together. I think he'll come back around to Carmelo Hayes down the road. But Braun Breaker has his sights set on what he did last week when he came and interrupted an attack Chase U after spearing Andrew Chase, leaving Andrew Chase out in the ring. So I think Andrew Chase wants to looks to get some retribution, and we know next week he will get that retribution against Braun in a match, and Braun got called out by Duke Hudson. I think Duke Hudson is trying to infiltrate the university within. Many people thought Duke was going to turn on the university last week, but that wasn't the case. But Braun, looking at rage and fury, Braun accepted the challenge, and Braun looking to get his hands on any members of Chase University and destroy Chase University. But Braun gets that opportunity next week. As you see right here, Braun will take on Andrew Chase next week. So Braun and Andrew Chase next week. Andrew Chase got millions of reasons to get retribution. I have to wonder what Braun doing, what that's going on with Braun. You got to wonder what's going on, and one time will tell on that what Braun Breaker did. Braun Breaker's laughing just like his dad and his uncle. He's getting a kick out of it, but you know how Braun is. He wants to get a kick out of everything. Even to Nathan Waller, he has just decided to turn his into that HBO show with that man John Oliver. And WWE's remarking John Oliver, and John Oliver like to remark them. So hey, there's a lot going on with that. We don't know he's gonna turn heel or dirty. I'm trying to tell on that. Speaking of that, uh, Brooks Jensen, and Bridge, the fair might be over with. Brooks Jensen might be just found him a new woman with Katana James. Katana James trying to get Bruce Jensen to turn on his team and turn on his family. He might be doing so with his former tag team partner, saying they would never tag team partner. He was holding him back, and I don't think he was holding him back. He was just trying to tell him, like, you need to figure out what you want to do. I think Brooks Jensen realizes now that he wants to be on the Katana James. I kind of knew that was coming. Him being under a woman, not following on his own little thing. Now we know that next week it'll be a mixed tag team match between Brooks Jensen and against Katana James, and we know how that will be play out down the road between these two, and it'll be in a mixed tag team match next week on Spring Break-In, where Brooks Jensen and Fallon Henry take on Katana James and Brooks next week. So we'll get to see that match next week as well. Speaking of that, JC Jane, she was talking about Gigi Dolan. Her and Gigi are still arguing, still feuding with each other, saying that JC Jane abandoned her brother and what she did. I think Toxic Attraction had exploded a couple of weeks ago after what JC Jane did. And JC Jane saying that she's the breakout star and she's gonna show that. Even JC Jane was going to be competing against Cora Lee. She took on Cora Jade, and match kind of didn't end too well as Cora Jade got beat up. Cora Jade beat her up. Like I said, a lot going on. Even Alpha Fire and the rest of them came out there, so there's a lot going on tonight. Speaking of that, Cora Jane and them. Speaking of more women's action, as you see right here, Indy Hartwell, who's been fighting women's champion, she defended her championship against Zoe Starks and won. Now she wants to defend her championship against Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez lost her women's championship a couple weeks ago on that ladder to Indy. We thought that Roxanne Perez wasn't going to be medically cleared. Roxanne was cleared, but she didn't win it. Well, there's a new dark horse entering the fray as if we can show it, Tiffany Stratton has entered herself in this women's championship picture. She wants the gold as well. So they're gonna do it next week. Tiffany Stratton goes against in a triple threat match next week. She will challenge um Roxanne Perez and Indy Hartwell for the women's title in a triple threat match. I guess that'll be the first match to start NXT if you ask me. Next week, night down. Okay, we'll see. That'll be the first match to kick off break in next week. Also, too, we talked about Gallus or something. Gallus was the opening match as well. As you see right here, they went against in a triple threat tag team match. They won. They retained their tag team titles. But Gallus has been a strong tag team, keeping up the tag team division. What they do, impeccable. Gallus do. Well, it was the main event, in a way, a main event talk show segment. Grayson Waller welcomed Carmelo Hayes, the new NXT champion, to his show. Grayson Waller is the number one contender thus far for Melo's NXT title. And Melo and Grayson Waller, we told you last week how Grayson Waller won a fatal four-way to earn this opportunity. Grayson Waller always win opportunities, even won that deadline match. That's a challenge, survival challenge, team survival challenge deadline, some match, but he won that to earn himself a championship match. Well, now we know next week at spring break in, these two men will collide next week for the NXT title, and this is gonna be a good one. Let's see for the most prestigious championship, the most coveted championship, the focal point of NXT, the NXT championship will be on the line. Carmelo Hayes and Grayson Waller had a few exchanges, but it doesn't mean nothing the same when these two men will collide for the NXT championship. All nothing holds off bet to nothing. These two men compete, and they compete for the NXT championship next week. It should be a highly contested match. We'll find out next week who's gonna leave. I got my money on Melo, but we'll see. But like I said, these two men have pride, have dignity. Even Carmelo even asked him, told him about you can't get any more girls than me. I didn't know they was competing with girls, but that comes with the territory. Girls, money, and fame. Who's gonna leave out NXT after break-in as the new NXT champion? We'll find out. So, for that being the pro wrestling show, we're gonna end the the NXT ring report. We're gonna move forward a little bit quickly for some NXT hot topics on wrestling. We talk about this. WWE and Twitch have reached an agreement. They're gonna bring superstars back on the Twitch channel for their own Twitch platforms. So I guess now WWE and Twitch gonna come back. Like I said, Twitch is a good channel. It's just you gotta have Steam. And then with the what happened with G4 when they came back to get rebooted, and the reboot didn't work and it failed. I think WWE got to get back to basis or what had happened. So hopefully they get back to basis, and we'll see if WWE can capitalize with Twitch to help Twitch grow their screens back a little bit and stuff. So hey, it is what it is. All right. We're going to end that right now on the Pro Wrestling Show. We're going to end it with NXT champion Carmelo Hayes confronting number one contender Grayson Waller for their upcoming match next week on Spring Break-In. For me being Kendrick Dix, we'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. See you then.